So the news of the week for the 20th week of 2023, we've actually got three pieces of news. First, we'll go over what's going to be in Update 5. So we've been told that along with the clothing that you can now design, customize, you can now do furniture. So they've released that on their Twitter and also on their Instagram. And it looks like what they're doing every once a week or every week, they're actually revealing a little bit of Update 5. So I feel like we're going to be slowly building to a big reveal that we'll probably get in the next few weeks. Second piece of news is the Twitch drop. So we got a very cryptic tweet at the beginning of the week, and then it was later revealed some Twitch drops occurring. So there's going to be two Twitch drops occurring on two separate days. So we're going to have two on the first day, which is going to be on the Saturday Eastern time, and also two on the second day, which is going to be on the Sunday. A little bit unfortunate for those that live in different time zones, and a bit unfortunate for anyone that actually had plans this weekend, because you pretty much have to throw them out the door if you want all the items. Yeah, I've got my own feelings about it, but if you do want to, get these drops, there is a list on their page, and I'll go check them out. I don't recognize too many names there, and some of the big players are left off it, but hey, that's marketing for you. Anyway, and the last one is they have acknowledged some bugs in their Discord, but that's more of it. They've just acknowledged it, added it to the Trello board. No noise about any bug fix or any hot fix, which again, I think it's just going to be wrapped up in Update 5. So that's the quick news of the week, and yeah, we'll dive into it. First one we'll do is the Update 5 announcement. So let me just bring this up. Not Update 5 announcement, what am I saying? The Update 5 feature. Here we go. So this is what they revealed. They basically posted, say, hey, psst, hey you, the creative one over there. What if we told you that Update 5 could give you a brand new way to flex your design chops and add your own personal touch to the valley? It's almost like magic, which is their touch of magic tool, is what you do at the moment with the clothes, which is why that last line exists. So based off what I look here, and we're going to have a bit of noise here. So yeah, this is showing one bed. Whether that's limited to just bedding, no idea. I would be very surprised if we don't also, I'll mute that now. I'd be very surprised if we don't get a couch. I'd be very, very surprised if we don't get a chair. Let's just say I'll be surprised if this is the only thing that we can customize, but it's a very good start. I believe that, I've seen some really amazing designs with the shirts. And those watching on YouTube, what I'm going to do is post up one of my favorite ones, which is from the Filipino Jedi. I do have something on a Discord that lists all of his stuff, but please check out his channel if you love customization, because he's done some amazing designs. I probably would have put the Ninja Turtle one up, but he's done Mario, he's done Animal Crossing as well. That's the most recent one. So do check it out, but we'll switch back. And that doesn't make any sense to anyone watching this on the stream, but editing it makes sense. But yeah, that's going to be a really cool feature. And yes, this kind of leads into the whole, it seems like every week now they're revealing an Update 5 feature. So we got the umbrellas to begin with, we've got the mannequins last week, and now we've got this week. And it seems to be a planned out thing. I think they're trying to release one new kind of feature. It seems to be everything right now. It seems to be something that isn't something like that. Seems like a very planned out feature. Sorry, don't know where I dropped my phone. Doesn't seem like a very planned out feature. It seems like stuff they've added in due to feedback. They've probably got a lot of people loving the tool, so like, all right, let's add furniture onto that. People like umbrellas, so let's add umbrellas into it. People like the mannequins and dressing up, how about we add that feature into it? There doesn't seem like be something that they would have planned out. I mean, they could have, but it doesn't feel like something they planned out before the game was even released. Unlike what they have said in a few articles, is that Update 5 is the end of the story end of the Act 1 of the story of Dreamlight Valley. And there's an article, and I'll link it down below, that says that. I'll put a screenshot right here that says it as well. See, YouTube, it's magic. On stream, doesn't make any sense. It looks like we're winding up to a big reveal, and I'm really excited for. So yeah, that's the major announcement of this week, but we also got the Twitter drop. So earlier this week, they released a very cryptic tweet, and it was this one here. It said, coming soon. And everyone had their speculation, everyone was wondering what it was, and To be honest, it was pretty obvious when you start thinking about it. I was hopeful it wasn't Twitch drops, just because I wanted something like really meaty that and something to really sink our teeth into when it comes to update 5 updates. But this it's pretty obvious when you look at it. You got the speech bubble, you got the purple heart, and you got the arrow. So the arrow basically meant drop, the heart meant Twitch, and the speech bubble, I'm guessing, so something social media related, which I think Twitch is sort of like that. I don't know. But either way, it was a Twitch drop. So we haven't got much notice about this Twitch drop, but we are getting these 4 items very similar to the items that we got last time. We haven't had an update since last time. Last time we had the Twitch drops was with update 5. Sorry, for update 4. When update 4 was released, they did Twitch drops at the same time. We haven't had any update since then, so these items must have already been included in the game. It also means they planned it. So they must have planned during this release schedule to do another Twitch drop, and it looks like they've changed the way the drops are actually done, which makes it also me believe that they actually plan to do it now so they can readjust how they're doing their Twitch drops, and kind of discovering it, learning how it works, looking at the social media metrics as well, and to see how it worked last time, see what they can do. So one of the big changes, and you can see it here, is they have split them into bundles. So instead of last time where you could just get all 4 items by watching like 2 hours of content, they must have identified that everyone just did that on the first day when it was first released, and then it just died off. So it looks like they've chopped it up, and I believe this is probably for their own numbers. They've chopped it up to be 60 minutes on the first day, which is on the 19th of May from 6 AM EST time, which I don't even know what time that is for me. What's that? That could be like 11 PM on a Friday for me. To the 20th of May, because right now, the 19th of May, 6 AM, it's 8 AM on the 19th day for me right now. So it will be this time for you if you know you're in EST time. But anyway, May 20th until it looks like till midnight. So that's going to be, it's like 18 hours it looks like. It's going to be available for 18 hours. It's a bit of a roll in the dice as well, because you have to really hope the streamers that are offering the drops, which by the looks of it, they aren't regular Dreamlight Valley streamers. They actually are streamers that do The Sims and a lot of other games. So you kind of have to roll the dice that you get lucky there. And Bundle 2, it looks like it starts immediately after the first one finishes. So that's May the 21st at 12 AM to May the 22nd at 11:59 PM, which is actually 2 days. So first one, 18 hours. The next one, it looks like it's 48 hours. No, that's completely wrong, Dave. You got your math wrong. The first one is going to be 36 hours, and the other one's 48 hours. So it's harder to get the first bundle than the second one. Look at it that way. So if you've got anything planned for this weekend and you're a collector, it's pretty much you're screwed, so you're going to have to do this. So there's a whole bunch of steps to claim. Now, a big thing, make sure you link your account. A lot of people forget that. Make sure you link your account in with your Twitch so you can actually gain it, and you can actually watch in the Twitch inventory. And I think this will work for me. It will tell you all the drops here. So this is what we claimed last time. You can see they're clearly different, but they're very similar looking items, which goes into my theory of why pretty much they've already planned this. But make sure you link your account there. Now, the list of people that you can do are right here. Now, I've compared it to the last list. It's not too much longer, and it's very similar to what they did last time. I can't see any names on here that I regularly follow, unfortunately. Now, there is Shibi. So Shibi does a YouTube as well, Shibi's Valley. She does cover other games as well, not just Dreamlight Valley. So I couldn't see any Dreamlight Valley exclusive creators there. There's no Probably Senpai, there's no Emily Dream. There's no players there that I immediately recognize. There are some people from last time, like Iron Seagull, Lady Brittany. There's UK Simmer. I see that name popping up quite a lot. But there's a lot of Sim streamers, which is a bit disappointing, but I kind of get it. From a strategy, why would you encourage people that already play Dreamlight Valley to watch Twitch? They kind of want to target the people that play the other games to rope them into the game. So I get it from that angle, but it feels like you didn't really need to limit this too much. You could have just added all of them. And there has been reports of the reason why some people were excluded is because in the social medias they haven't been leaking in Gameloft, into their tweets and to get kind of included in this list, which seems like I don't really accept that answer. They're well aware of who the big players are, and when it comes to Dreamlight Valley streams, it's easy for someone simple like me to find out the stats of who are the most watched Dreamlight Valley streamers. Pretty sure it's a lot easier for them being in that sense, so that they know. It's just it feels like they want people to dance for it, which is a bit unfortunate because I've always one of my bucket lists, one of my stream list goals is to be included on these drops, and knowing that you kind of have to play the game a little bit to actually get included. A little bit disheartening, and I don't know how I feel about it yet, but hey, that's a long way off for me anyway. But if you're interested, fix your time zones up. I might actually put a quick maybe image right now, or maybe on the YouTube of the time zones for everyone when it starts, just so we can convert it for everybody. But if you do have some ideas or some recommendations of who to actually watch, post it in the Discord or even post it below. We've only got a limited amount of time, so I'm hoping to get this episode out early on YouTube so everyone's aware of it. But definitely jump on that and make sure, as I said before, link up your Twitch account, because some people forget. And just keep in mind, I don't offer the drops. Last time a couple of people came to my stream looking for drops, and I had to explain to them it's a very limited pool. It's not everyone. So yeah, jump on that when you as you can. Now, the last piece of news we have is actually going across to the Discord. So last week, they actually acknowledged some drops. So some bugs. So we'll switch over. So at the end of actually, was it the end of last week? The 13th. When was the 13th? Saturday. So it's after I did the news. One of the community managers, Ryan this time, said Happy Friday. So it was Saturday for me, but Friday for everybody else, and especially in Canada, because they do make the game in Canada, so it runs on Canadian, which is really annoying because I miss a lot of things. And yeah. Wanted to close out the week with a little Trello update for you to coincide with some changes on the board. This week we've added the following card to the Where of Issue section on the board. Unable to purchase waterfall from Scrooge's shop. I've heard that problem. Luckily I haven't had that because I've already got the item. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people complain they can't get the waterfall again, which again is a historic bug. It is a bug they fixed and now it's come back. Next one is, and move the following cards to actively working the fix, which is unable to move the moustache after staking your territory. We already knew about that one. Stitch's hobby quest issue. Don't really know of that one. And Nala's icon in the quest HUD appears incorrectly, which I think it happened on launch day. That happened for me. And then it kind of fixed itself. Now I'm going to go into their Trello board really quick. So this is the Trello board. It's quite interesting. Now the Trello board, and something you should be aware of, it's updated by the community managers. So you're not going to get any kind of secret reveal in this Trello board. You're going to get kind of what they've kind of allowed the public to see, which is a bit unfortunate. I would love to see the developers kind of, having their 2 cents into it. But this also helps elaborate on some issues and stops people kind of complaining about the same thing over and over again. So says here, some players are unable to progress past the stage in the quest where they are asked to bring Stitch his repaired television, noting that it does not appear as an option to give to him. Ah, okay. So people can't give Stitch the repaired television. That seems like a problem. Working on the fix for the issue and targeting update 5. So that's actually quite interesting. They haven't said that before in the Trello board of when they're actually targeting to release the fix. So if anyone's stuck on the quest, it looks like you're going to be stuck on it until the next release. See another one. Maybe no. It doesn't say a targeted release for anything else. There we go. Oh, the moustache one looks like targeting update 5. There is a workaround there, so that's interesting. Well, they've added a few more things. The status update and the workaround. I haven't seen that before. So if you're ever stuck on a bug, I would suggest go on the Trello board because it looks like they're chucking in now workarounds for it. If you are having trouble, which I really think is smart. Instead of needing to scroll through their Discord or trying to find it, you can just kind of stake this and find it. Obviously, you don't want to use this so much that, there's so many bugs in the game, but hey, there's something different. There's definitely something different. I think aware of the issue must be meaning they've done the fix, but it hasn't been rolled out yet, and actively working the fix means they're currently trying to fix it. But yeah, that's a good little kind of tidbit for everybody. So yeah, that's the main news of the week for this week. So keep in mind, Twitch drops. It's going to be a very exciting weekend, and yeah, that's about it. So the next step we're going to do is we're actually going to do some comments. I'm very excited about this bit. We'll switch over. Boink. I'm very excited about this bit because I hardly ever get any comments on my YouTube videos. Legitimate questions about the game and something to talk about. So I really want to highlight that. So if you got any questions, anything at all, leave a comment down on my YouTube video and we'll feature it in this show. It can be about anything. Obviously, if it's inappropriate, it's not going to be on the show. But I'll try. Hopefully, at the moment, I won't get a lot of comments, so I'll be able to feature everyone. But yeah, if you want to. So the first comment that we're going to do is going to be from... Who is it going to be from? Who should we do first? M2K. We'll do M2K first. M2K, I fixed up your spelling area, so that's between you and me. But they say, I want to see what new biomes are coming. What would be cool is if they made a new world in a different realm. Now, I have some mixed feelings about this. So I don't think they're going to introduce a new world in a different realm, because it does go against the whole idea of what the realms were about. So for those that don't know, in the most recent quests that we had, and there's going to be a TikTok below that helps elaborate on this. That's a bit odd, but I suspect I know the explanation. The realms that you visit are worlds the villagers created when they needed to escape Dreamlight Valley. Is Merlin stated that the realms are basically worlds that the characters that you bring into the valley create for themselves as an escape. So if they need to get away from the valley, they just need to chill out, they go to those realms because that's where they feel comfortable, and then they end up forgetting about Dreamlight Valley, which is, eventually you remind them and then they come back. So you should see Dreamlight Valley as the kind of their place that a big commune away from their regular home. So I don't think building a new world within the realm honors that a little bit of a lore thing. So I don't think we're ever going to be able to build in other realms unless it's for a quest or unless it's for a very particular reason. Now, in terms of the new biomes coming, I believe this game is set up for more biomes. When you look at the map and you scroll out, and even if you look out in the distance, and we'll go to the Dazzle Beach for this one, for this example. You look on Dazzle Beach and you look out towards the sea, you can see it just falls off a cliff, right? And you've got these floating islands all over the show. So it's kind of set up in a way that you can easily add another patch of land that kind of connects up with an update. So you've got and the map isn't, it's clear that there's room for stuff to be added, right? And we've got all these patches above the Frosted Heights. We've got the big rock donut, as I call it, which is a big volcano, which can obviously add into the lore of building another biome. It does feel like this is a very structured way of doing things with the plaza in the middle and everything around it. So I don't know how easy that will be just to tack on another realm over here. So if you want to get from the Frosted Heights over to here, I mean, obviously you could teleport, but it's a bit long. So it'd be interesting to see whether you have any customization in terms of being able to move the location of these. But what I would like to see, instead of another biome, I would like to see the ability to make the biomes bigger. Because I do find myself running out a bit of room. Because I want the plaza, for instance, let's go to the plaza. I want the plaza to be my personal home, and also a big foraging place, and eventually a storage place, which I do have room currently for. Obviously the item limit kind of restricts me on that, but ultimately I would like this to be my big orchard and a big kind of storage area for me. But eventually, as things get introduced to the game, as we kind of move along, it's going to get harder and harder to accommodate that. So I would like to see the ability to, just the option, it doesn't have to be something you're forced to do, but an option similar to like your room, your actual house, so you can make the rooms bigger and make the biomes bigger. Because I personally am the kind of player that's going to want all the characters in the game. And I know the more characters get put in the game, we might end up needing to put a limit on how many characters can be in the game, which I really don't like. So I'm hoping if they have the ability to expand the biomes and make them a bit bigger, we can avoid that particular issue. I would like the ability, if we do have to kind of banish characters or move characters away, you can actually just assign a room in your house for it. So they still have the same sleeping schedule, they're still wandering around in your valley, but they don't have a house. They kind of put in there, so you don't need to always, you know, have the house out in the way. It would be good to do that, just to save room at least. But that's what I kind of want to see. So I don't know whether having Grail, and I think it's gonna, if you also have a new world in a different realm, I think that may split things up too much. And so if you're trying to find a particular character, it's going to be a bit of more of a mission to find them. I like the idea of everyone in this little commune, you could say, in this location. So it's a good idea. I just don't think that, I think that they'll probably make a different biome rather than a different thing. But it also could be awesome to be able to have a separate section where you can just play around and be a bit creative. I do know some people like Emily Dream, please check out her Twitter. Not Twitter, sorry, Twitch. She has actually made another account in Dreamlight Valley. So she's got 2 accounts just so she can play around with the items a bit more and get a little bit more creative. It would be cool to be able to do something with only 1 account like that and to experiment a bit. So thanks, M2K, I really do appreciate that question, and you're one of the first ones, so yeah, thank you. Now we'll switch over to the next question. There we go. So this comes from, let's go sit down to listen to Tracy's question. That feels fair. We'll watch the squirrels. Tracy says, I have the bookcase with the bell. So for those that don't remember, the bookcase was in the mannequin video. I wasn't sure whether they were new items or not. I can confirm I looked up on the wiki, but yeah, there definitely is something that's already existed, but the other one is a bit of a mystery. It feels like more of a variant on the one with the bell than anything else. And Tracy says the other I haven't seen yet too. But yeah, they're keeping a lot secret, looking forward to seeing what happens. And I agree, but we are seeing some patterns. So what we know is that every week they are releasing an update 5 thing, you could say. We started with the umbrellas, next up the mannequins. Now this week we've got the Touch of Magic being expanded to furniture. Also got the little tidbit about the little kettle. I'm assuming it's little, being added on update 5. But the big features, being added, not just as a little item, we've had one revealed every week. If we look at the timeline, so if we look at the date at the moment, so at the moment, as of recording this, and obviously when you watch this, it's going to be a bit later, it is the 19th of May. If we're looking to, they're saying that the update's going to be released in June. It's most likely going to be the start of June because we'll be hitting 2 months. We'll be hitting 2 months for the start of June of when the last update occurred, which is outside of their 6-month schedule. So I think there must have been some kind of delay though, or not 6 months, right? 6 week schedule. They were intending to release one every 6 weeks, and it looks like it's pushed out for 2 months. So I think we're going to get this at the start of June, which is exciting. I kind of wish they drop it on a Friday, but I get why they don't. So we've got about 2 weeks to go. I would say about 2 weeks at the earliest before the next update. So we're going to get some massive news over the next 2 weeks. Whether it's going to be next week, we'll get a little bit of a soft tease again, or it's going to be the final week where we get the big information. I mean, if we look back into the Enchanto, when we got the little teaser about the doorknob, out of context, that sounds so ridiculous, doesn't it? The little doorknob. It was shortly after we got revealed what that was, what character we're going. Obviously, we knew what character we're getting with that, but it was a short tune after they started confirming things. But the period there was a good between the 2 week, 1 week period. So I think we're going to get some big reveals. And update 5, as I said before, they have said at the beginning of this year will be the end of Act 1 of the story. Now, whether that's changed or not, no idea, because this was back in January. Again, I will post that link down below. It's a really good article. Always take it with a grain of salt when we're, how many months later? 4 months later, and game developing, a lot of things can change. Look at Halo Infinite, for instance. Take it with a grain of salt, but we could get the end of Act 1, which every update we get a new character. So we're definitely going to get a new character. We're definitely going to get a princess who's racing to the valley. I personally think it's going to be Vanellope because the Wreck-It Ralph tie-in and the big rumors about the online component being tied in with Wreck-It Ralph the minute they actually have those characters in the game, they can actually start building quest lines and information and things into the game, you know, relate to that. And I feels like that for the safest option for them to slowly integrate the online component in is put that Wreck-It Ralph character, if there is a tie there. That's my theory anyway. But yeah, thanks for your question there, Tracy. And what we're going to quickly do on the YouTube video, I'm going to jump cut to the store. Hey everyone, just a quick shop update. It doesn't look like anything new. However, it's a good opportunity for those that missed out the first time to grab a couple of things here. Like we've got the Purple Cottage, we've got the Whimsical Companion Pack 2. I think we had the first one last week. And a couple of frozen items, furniture items, and some more clothing. So nothing new for those that have been keeping up to date. But for those that missed out first time, now's a really good chance to get it. I'm literally filming this at 1 AM, so it doesn't feel really worth it. But hey, it's part of the fun, right? Anyway, back to the show. That is everything for the week. Thank you for your comment, Tracy. Thank you, M2K. And if you want your comment featured, just go to my YouTube channel, do all the gimmicky stuff. I do all the gimmicky stuff. Just, you know, watch out for the video. You don't need to subscribe to the YouTube, but just leave a comment down below of the YouTube channel, and I'll feature on the live show and put it into the next one. Unless it's a really crazy question. Actually, the crazy questions I'll probably still feature, but you know. Anyway, that's the news of the week.